on Tuesday, we showed you two pathways from the face underhook escape. Okay?
I want to put them back in the guard, I want to come out the back door. So you want to be, when you're on the bottom, you have to be aware of where their wedges are. So I have the cross face, I have the underhook, my knees are in tight, options to put them in the guard, options to come out the back door. The game changes whenever my frames change. So we'll look at reverse cross face and the underhook hand at the near side hip. So again, heavy as a rail. I think out of all the pins from side control, this is the best at putting weight on your opponent and keeping them flat on the back, which is the game. Think about, I'm putting my sternum, we know, from doing the survival positions from that
position. Carl wants to turn onto the side and win an underhook and get to my knees, which we'll look at now. But from my perspective, I'm putting all my weight where Carl is going. When he's flat on his back, my sternum will be in Carl's sternum. But as he starts to turn into me, my sternum will move into the shoulder. And again, from this position, I want my hips higher than my shoulders, on the balls of my feet, and I'm driving down to keep Carl flat. Another thing I'm thinking about is my chin. Think about if you draw a line through a shoulder line, my chin is going to be on that shoulder line. I don't want to be too low, I don't want to be too high. So let's look at what we're doing from bottom position. So let's just say Carl was in cross face underhook, and then he switches to a reverse cross face and a near side position. Okay, with this. For me now, I need to be aware of, he's changed his wedges. If I try to actually put him in the guard now, it's not going to happen. And because this is a predominantly heavier pin, there's no way I'm coming out the back door. There's just too much weight on the left side of my body. So we are looking to win the underhook and get to our knees. And this hand goes in my belly. If there's no space, I'll do a slight bump and put my hand down. Now I need to create a little bit of space between Carl's body and mine. So I do the bridge, but not so much to turn onto my side. It's just a bump to create space between Carl and me, so I can move myself into a shrimping position. Notice the way Carl is perpendicular to me, or I'm perpendicular to Carl. I need to get parallel. So it is a bridge and a shrimp. Now, I might have to do that several times until I get parallel. Okay? Once I'm here now, it's a lot more comfortable. We've already addressed this in the first part of this mesocycle. When Carl was perpendicular to me, you could hear in the grimace of my voice, I am carrying all these weights. You tell from my voice, it's very uncomfortable. And once I bridge in the car and it starts to swim, and I get to hear, I'm quite comfortable now. So, option one, if Carl does nothing, I need to get to my knees. All I'm going to do from here is straighten my arms and I'm flat. And bring my elbows back and I bring my knees towards my elbows. If Carl's on his knees, my two hands are going to grab his hamstrings. I'm going to place my left shoulder beside his right hip, and my left ear is going on his left hip. Okay, so again, a connection. Now, of course, if I just drive Carl back, he can post with his left arm, and it's going to be finding the difficult. So if I want to take him over from here, we go in two directions. I go directly to his side, so he posts, and then I cut an angle at 45 degrees to put him down. And again from there, I'm spiking him with my shoulder, and moving into the let's take a look at that again. So, Carl's as heavy as a whale. From our position, my hand goes in my belly. I'll do a couple of bumps, and notice the way I have inside position on both my hands, which is always good in jiu-jitsu. As I start to try to get onto my side and get parallel to Carl, using a combination of a bridge and a shrimp. And you end up in a parallel position. Okay? If Car does nothing, I'm coming to my knees. How do I come to my knees? I just go straight arms. I bring my elbows back to my body, and I bring my knees to my elbows. And depending whether Carl is on his knees or whether he's sprawled, we'll address that in a minute. But if he's on his knees, I just find his hamstrings. I connect my left shoulder to his right hip and my left ear to his left hip. The detail on taking him down from here is to go in two directions. So I drive him directly to his left, so he posts with that hand, and then I take him at 45 degrees this angle. And then I can spike him to the shoulder, and move that side to him. Option 2. We're here, hand comes in the belly. Combination of, once I win that underhook, of nearly double unders from here, a bridge and a shrimp. And Carl can get his angle back. He can go up this way and just cross the out and back into the same move again. But we're going to end up in groundhog there. And from there, when I bridge and shrimp, my hand, the underhook hand, just goes in his hip. As Carl tries to get his angle back, I can move with him. Does that make sense? So I'm keeping this parallel angle. This hand on his hip is stopping him get his angle back. And now nothing's really changed. From there, I'm just going to come to my knees. Let's just say Carl's on his knees again. Two hands go on the hamstring. Concentrate on making connection with your shoulder and the near side hip and your ear and the other hip. Now I can take them to the side that my head's on, but I can also take them the other way. So I can use my head to make Carl post with his right hand to the side, and then I'll drive him at an angle of 45 degrees. I prefer this one, because now I can spike him right with my shoulder. From there, I can move into 100 kilos, or Carl can possibly take my back from that position. So once we end up here, I'll make my wedge, and again, if this arm, you can't get it in the right position, just put it on your belly and do a few bumps just to get it into that underhook position. So again, the shrimp, the movement. So Carl can do nothing, and I'm just coming to my knees. He can try to get his angle back. So my hand goes on the hip and I keep him at that angle. But notice the way my back is exposed. He can move the other way and get on my back. That harness control, and then I can take it back from that position. So we can use a kickback. I'm going to talk about this in week 2. But as Carl moves around, my bottom leg kicks out. And as he tries to take my back, I take it away from him and back into my knees again. Let's look at this time he's sprawling on me. So as I make the connection, Carl sprawls back. So now I can't grab his hamstrings. So anytime his knees come off the mat, I am not moving forward. I am moving back out again. Okay, and he's going to fall into that space. And I'm in that position. Let's take a look at that again. So we're here. Carl's playing heavy as a whale. Notice the way. If Carl has his left elbow tight to my head can't move this way. But there's nothing stopping it moving to my right, if that makes sense. So once I start to bridge, my head's moving towards his legs. So it's a combination of the bridge and the shrimp. Now if I do nothing, Carl's spinning towards my back. I'm gonna get a head start. Okay? I'm not just, as I go to my knees, Carl can take my back in that position. Bottom leg kicks out. That's the detail. Okay, rather than just stepping over, you need this in your game. Bottom leg kicks out, and as Carl goes to take my back, I have him in front of me. Okay? So again, if his knees are off the mat, I am moving and then into that position. So 3 pathways, guys, to drill that. Very simple.